Well, welcome back. Well, pit bulls have a bit of a bad reputation, but the town of Brookhaven and people at its animal shelter are trying to change that.
Leashes in your left, pivot out with your right.
You see, with a little training, those dogs didn't flinch when he tossed that bottle. These obedience classes are a weekly event at the Brookhaven Town Animal Shelter. The facility is filled with pit bulls that need new homes, so there is a effort to make them more attractive to potential adoptees. Now we're going to head to Lauren Savan, who's in the News 12 lobby right now with a dog trainer, Tuncay Adem, who actually says pit bulls are totally misunderstood. Lauren.
That's right. We're here in the lobby with Tuncay and his pit bull, Wilson. Tell us a little bit about Wilson and what's his story.
Well, Wilson was in the shelter for 3 years. I started the training program with Brookhaven, and I kind of fell in love with him, fell in love with his story. 3 years, lost, that pit bull that no one wanted. So I decided to take him out, and once I took him out, I was instantly in love with him and decided to take him home. So after that, he came home, and he is a phenomenal dog. Phenomenal. Great dog.
Why do pit bulls have such a bad reputation?
Honestly, it's really the media flood only the bad stories. It's never the good stories. We never see people saying, this pit bull saved our life, they've been with us forever and ever. It's always been this pit bull mauled this child or mauled this other dog, and unfortunately in the wrong hands, the dog can be a problem.
But it's more the owners than the animal.
100%. I mean, if you look back into history and you see back in time, way back in time, this was the nanny dog. This is where everybody used to have all their children sitting next to these dogs. So,
because we do see them a lot in the news. When you mention the media coverage, when we talk about dog fighting, they constantly find pit bulls in places where they find dog fighting.
Well, I think what people really have to understand is the fact that times have changed. Back in the 80s, it was Rottweilers and German Shepherds and Dobermans, and as times have gone on, now they've progressed to pit bulls. And the only reason why is because they're small, they're agile, they're strong, and their best and their worst trait is they love their owners. So they'll do whatever they want their owners to do. And that's, unfortunately, when they want them to fight, they'll fight. And they'll do it to the bitter end, unfortunately.
And when they're well trained, like Wilson, they sit here like an angel.
Yeah, I mean, Wilson, I have a 4-year-old son that runs around with swords, and he just sits there laying in the sun and that wants no part of it. I mean, he's a great trained dog, and I have 2 other pit bulls also, and they are phenomenal animals. They just have to be in the right hands. They just have to be trained correctly.
So if people are thinking about adopting a pit bull, what should they know, and what kind of training does that type of dog need?
I would suggest a trainer with any dog, not even so much a pit bull, but if it is a pit bull, they should have a trainer that will come and teach them early. Early socialization is incredibly important for a dog that needs, structure. It's much like a child. It's exactly the same as a child. So whether you have a Labrador or whether you have a pit bull, as long as you give them the correct structure and you socialize them with other animals, you're never going to have a problem.
All right, Tuncay, thank you so much for joining us and bringing along Wilson, a perfect example of a well-trained pit bull. And hopefully if anyone out there is thinking of adopting a pet, consider the pit bull. It has a false reputation as being a bad pet, correct?
100%.
All right, we're going to send it back to you, Lily, in the studio.
Oh, thank you, Lauren. He's cute. All right. If you